Horizon Forbidden West has some really cool items and secrets that you can totally miss early on if you don't look for them. These items and upgrades can be really good to use early on in the game and even later after a few upgrades to them. I'm talking about few armors, some cool armors as a fact, some weapons, and some upgrades that can definitely help you out in the beginning. All of that I want to share with you on this video. So let's start off with two armors that you can get really early. The first one is the Nora champion armor that you can get pretty early in the game by completing a side quest called the Bristleback. A pretty nice armor that will give you some nice benefits to your concentration and stealth range attack, and especially in the beginning of the game, the concentration is really good to help you aim better at those machines. You can get this armor by completing the side quest level 7 called the Bristleback. You can get this side quest when you go to the Chain Scrape settlement and you can start working on it right away, but to finish this side quest you actually need to complete the main quest, the Embassy. To be able to progress on the side quest, this main quest, the Embassy, will allow you to open the doors and go out to finish this side quest. So once you are done with the main quest, you just have to come back to this side quest and help the town people with some errands, and then when you finish this side quest you are rewarded with some skills and this awesome armor, the Nora champion set. Now, as I mentioned, the reason why you want this because it will buff your stealth and concentration, but not only that, it seems it does give you a pretty good buff to your melee attack, and also, to be honest, I haven't found a better armor in the beginning in my opinion. Now, you definitely want to upgrade this to level 2 at least, and also add some skill points to your concentration skills on the hunter tree, because that can definitely help you out through the whole game by allowing you to slow down time and aim better at those machine parts and take them out really easy. And speaking of the hunter tree, also this is the best tree I would say you should focus in the beginning for your skill points. Now, later in the game seems like you will be able to get all the skill trees benefits unlocked, so I would say focus on the hunter tree early since that has the best benefit for early fights. So combining the skill trees of the hunter and also the Nora champion set, you will have a pretty good amount of concentration in the beginning to be able to use a lot more in your fights. Now, moving on, for the second armor set that you can get very early in the game is a return from the Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm talking about the Carja Blazon. If you played Zero Dawn, you will recognize this armor since I believe it was one of the coolest looking armor set, definitely. And so far I can definitely still say this looks awesome, but only this time it works around a little bit different. So this armor set is focused towards laying down traps to your enemies in the game. And as you upgrade, you get more skills for traps, and as you see, it goes on the playstyle about putting traps around your enemies. Might not be for everyone the playstyle, but I would say definitely it's another armor for your collection, especially since you can get this pretty early and easy. Basically, after you complete the main quest, the Embassy, you are open to get 2 armors in the game. The way you get this armor is by clearing out a bandit camp right here in this location in the map, and it's called the Eastern Lie. Pretty easy, all you gotta do is kill all the enemies in the camp and look for this chest right here, and once you open it, you get the Carja Blazon armor set. Again, I think it's totally worth it for how easy it is to get and how cool it looks. Now, next in the list, I want to show you guys how you can get a weapon called the Spike Thrower. A weapon mostly focused on taking down bigger machines. It does a lot of explosion damage, so be aware if you want a machine part, you're better off taking that machine part from the machine using a bow instead of this weapon, since this weapon will totally destroy the machine and the parts that comes with it. But still is a really strong weapon for your arsenal that you can get early in the game, and also you could miss it if you don't look for it, because the way you get this weapon is by completing a side quest called the Bigger Boom, located right here in the map on the Chain Scrape settlement. The side quest is pretty simple, you just gotta get some of resources for these 2 ladies to build this weapon for you. I recommend checking the vendors nearby for the resources first, and then if they don't have it, you can easily get them from machines nearby the settlement. The charger horns are pretty easy to get, you just gotta shoot the horns with your hunter bow before killing the machine, and that will drop the resources. and the Fang Horn Rip. Also, you gotta shoot the component from the machine before you kill the machine. Once acquired these resources, return them to these ladies and they will reward you with the prototype spike thrower. Again, you don't want to miss this early on. One of the best weapons that you can get early on, since it does a lot of damage, and especially if you want to take those bigger machines a lot easier. Now, speaking of missing, the next thing in the list is definitely the easiest to miss. As you go in toward the mission to find the character Aaron, you will find these two persons fighting a bristleback, and if you help them and kill the bristleback, you will see one of them will get stuck under the bristleback. And here comes the side quest. Basically, help them get a guy from under the bristleback and they will tell you what happened and also award you with the smoke bomb. I think it's definitely something useful that you can use to get out of tricky situation where you are surrounded by enemies, because when you use it, the enemies nearby will get confused and let you escape back into stealth to recover if you need so. Also, not to mention, it can be used underwater. Now, I think there is nothing more reliable than your bow in the beginning of the game. So the next thing I want to point out is not something that you can get, but something that I recommend you should do, which is upgrade your hunter bow. Yes, this bow basically can carry you through the whole beginning of the game pretty easy once upgraded. At level 3, the hunter bow will hit for 28 impact damage and 60 tier blast, which is pretty good for uncommon tier bow, right? That will help you kill the enemy faster, but also remove the components a lot easier. I gotta say, I relied on this hunter bow to carry me through the good amount of the game in the beginning with no problems. So the next thing in the list that I want to show you guys is an armor that's pretty easy to miss. Now, this armor, it's nothing too special, but also it's a really cool looking armor and something that you can add to your collection. Now, the armor I'm talking about is the Utaru Whisper armor. To get this armor, it's gonna be on the mission The Dying Lands. As you progress through this mission, you're gonna get to a part where you have to follow the two characters. Eventually, before you get into the Sacred Cave, which looks like this, look to your left where you're gonna find a box. Once you pry open this box, you're gonna get the Utaru Whisper armor. Now, as I mentioned, it's nothing too special, but it is a cool looking armor, plus you're gonna add another armor to your collection, and this one is for free. So make sure you don't miss this one. Now, the next armor in the list and the last one, it's gonna be the Tenakth Vindicator. So this one actually is the best one out of all of these armors, and this one you get a little bit later in the game, but honestly it was one of the best one, and it comes in the purple rarity. This one is my favorite. It's called the Tenakth Vindicator. A pretty good stats it has, good for melee and range defense to your character, and also a good skills with weapon stamina, valor, surge, master, and critical strike to your advantage. To get this armor is going to be located inside of the Salomon Scalding Spear. Once you get to this location, come and talk to this guy right here. His name is Zokak. He's going to give you the side quest for this armor. So once you talk to him, he's going to send you on a quest where you have to go save some people of the tribe on a different location. Now, the quest can be a little bit long, but once you've done it and once you finish saving all the people, you're gonna get in reward the Tenakth Vindicator. As I said, one of my favorite armor set, one of the best ones is the fact you can get early. It can carry you through most of the game until you get to the legendary armor sets. So this one definitely worth trying, even though it can take a little bit, especially to get to this location, but don't miss out on it, especially because there's nothing that is gonna bring you to this location if you don't look for it. And that's it, guys. That's a few items and upgrades that I recommend you not skipping early in the game, because they can definitely help you and come in handy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if this video was helpful enough, a like on the video would really help me out. Subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.